Hello everyone, welcome to day 9 of the 10-minute portrait challenge. I'm really happy to be here with you and have another wonderful reference for us to work from today. And yesterday was exciting because Shannon and I got to talk to Ian Goldsmith, and I did this was about, I guess it was over an hour, definitely over an hour portrait with watercolor and polychromos pencil. And I did a little bit more on this sketch from yesterday, which I wasn't super happy with. I realized it was in like some of the shadow areas that I was missing a bit of contrast and definition. So I added a little bit more today and feel a bit better about it. But it's it's going well. And I'm hello Barbara, hello Kolya. Nice to have you with us. I would love everyone who's watching to say in the chat where you're watching from and what you're going to be sketching with today, which will be interesting because I'm using something Shelley, who has been drawing along and watching. When we drew Janelle, Shelley was working with water-soluble graphite, which I had never used. I was like, that sounds interesting. And Shelley was like, yeah, you'd probably really like it. And I was like, wait a minute, cluck, 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 cluck. And I think almost 10 years ago, someone gave me some water-soluble graphite pencils, and I never used them. And then I dug around a bit, and I found this one, and I've done one sketch with it so far of Wednesday Addams. Hi, Mythological. Hi, Chris. PTW. So this was a water-soluble graphite sketch of Wednesday Addams, Jenna Ortega. And I thought that would be great today because I have a black and white reference, which lends itself to graphite beautifully. This is Dr. Gabor Maté, and who's an incredible doctor and is doing a lot of healing work around addiction and trauma, and has a really wonderful book that I've really enjoyed recently called The Myth of Normal, and have been listening to some conversations and wisdom from the good doctor, and he's got such a lovely voice and has so much to share. So I thought it'd be great to draw Dr. Gabor Maté. Thank you for everything that you share. And I don't know if he'll see this, but if you would like to, feel free to tag. Here's both the top tag I have here is his YouTube account, and the second one is Instagram. So I'll minimize myself here and start drawing with this 7B graphite aquarelle pencil. What treasures we have without ever using them. Indeed. So happy to give it a chance now. It's 20:33 and I'm going to start drawing. Have fun, happy drawing. If you're not drawing and you're just watching, you can chat. And you can ask questions, you can just tell us what you're up to. I'd be super curious if anyone's watching this who hasn't joined any of these 10-minute portraits yet. I'm really enjoying this little challenge this month, and taking the time to sit here with you each evening and draw together. And it's so much fun seeing when people post stuff on Instagram, what you've been doing. And maybe you don't all post, and that's fine. But yeah, it's nice to see when people do. And if you do, use the hashtags I put down in the corner of the screen. Claire, my sister's here. It is an amazing photo, isn't it? Thank you so much to whoever photographed Dr. Gabor Maté. He's used it in a bunch of his Instagram posts, so I thought we use this. A little cheeky, but and I would love to credit whoever took the photo, but I don't know who it was. So if anyone knows, let me know. Yeah. Oh, this. I don't know how many hours now I've spent to the teachings of Gabor Maté. But it's been really amazing. The Myth of Normal is his most recent book, the only book that I've listened to. But I've listened to a bunch of podcasts and YouTube conversations and interviews, and it has been very, very enlightening. And it has a lot of insight into our sick society, which many of us live in, and the expectations and the normalization of unhealthy, unnatural ways of life, which are leading to mass illness and dis-ease, and how we can also become conscious of that and kind of remedy it and work with it. We've all got our business to deal with and work with, and just how we can integrate, become aware of whatever it is in our history and our present time, whatever it is which challenges us, whatever trauma we may have, and almost everyone does. I don't know if there's anyone without trauma, but just how you go about working with it and integrating it and transcending it and honoring it being a part of you, and but not letting it overpower your daily life. Oh, I love this little smile. He's what a special person. We're so fortunate to have online access to so many wonderful, generous teachers who are sharing. Like, I know that there's just so much wealth of knowledge and love and compassion being shared right now. And I know that there is so much terrible stuff going on, and there is also so much wonderful stuff being shared. And I think it's really important not to lose sight of that when we sometimes can be overwhelmed by the visions of horror and challenge and death and oppression that we are often confronted with. And to be aware of those things and to see how we face up to them in our lives and how we live with those around us, directly in our surroundings. There's a lot of big things going on, large-scale issues, but if we are able to face up to our issues and deal in a kind and loving way with those in our immediate surroundings and interactions, whether that be family or the people at the supermarket or people in traffic, just doing our best to be kind and not letting any unfortunate conditioning we've lived through kind of take the reins and lead to harmful decisions and behavior. And it's possible. As overwhelming as it may seem sometimes. There are so many people like Gabor Maté who are just sharing this message of like, it's, we can face up to this and deal with it together and be aware of it together and heal together and spread peace and love together. And that's kind of what I'm into, really. Spreading peace, love and beauty, and doing it by drawing people and talking about it and connecting to people. It's already 6 minutes in, but I feel this is going well. Right now I'm feeling more relaxed and confident with this image than I was yesterday. I guess I was a bit excited yesterday as well because we were about to do a long interview with Ian and making sure everything was ready, and then everything didn't work out in the beginning of the long live stream, but it's okay. It's all good. So this is water soluble graphite. It can come in and really fill in some areas. People in the chat familiar with Gabor Maté? If not, be sure to check him out. I think in the description of this video, once you're done watching this, you can either go and binge watch all my other portrait sketch videos, or you can click on Gabor Maté's tag, and that should take you directly to his channel, and maybe you'll get a little insight into some of the wisdom and healing that he's sharing. And I've found it so helpful in kind of understanding myself and my family and challenges that loved ones and challenging ones are going through. It puts so much stuff into a kind of understandable perspective. Yeah. Do you feel that you're getting more relaxed about it as the days go by in your challenge? Interesting. I'm not sure. I feel pretty relaxed right now. I think it's depending on the day, because I have had days during the challenge where I've been like really sick, and yesterday I was a bit excited because we're going to be interviewing Ian, and I wasn't sure if the setup was going to work and stuff, and but right now I feel actually, yeah, I don't know, I feel like this is really this one's really feeling good. Yeah, each one is a unique experience, but pencil is also, this is really interesting with this as a medium, because pencil sketching is something I'm very familiar with, so it's not like I'm trying out something super new here, and so I can kind of confidently go into this, and that could be something which is having an impact. All right, and now this special thing I can do with this is it's water soluble. It can do this, and then it instantly looks like a watercolor painting, which is pretty cool. Just hitting all these areas that I've drawn and shaded in. I'll go with the face first, so maybe it will give it a moment even to dry, and then I'll be able to maybe add some more definition as it's finished, because it's going to blur out a lot of the kind of definition that I've set up in here. Claire, my darling sister, who just asked that question, is doing her own daily YouTube live stream. Do you feel that you're getting more comfortable with your daily live streams, Claire? Everyone, after this, you can go and head over to Claire's live stream. Claire has a channel about building YouTube channels, and she's doing channel reviews every day this month. Oh, we're at 10 minutes. I feel like this could do with a little bit more time. It's often this thing, like it was with Ian's yesterday, it's about adding definition at the end. Particularly when using like setting up all this line work and then using a wet medium, which just kind of obliterates all of the definition. How's everyone else doing? Oh, Shannon, your friend Jessica bought you Gabor Maté. That is so good. What a friend. People who are drawing along finished already after the 10 minutes. It's been good to see that a lot of people who are drawing along are also spending longer than 10 minutes. So don't have to be super strict. But the idea is to keep it quick, and most of us can, in most days, may be able to find 10 minutes to do a sketch. And this is supposed to be a pretty low-key, easy, doable challenge. And if you wanted to, you could watch a bunch of these videos, one after the other. Cool, that's dried a bit, so you can go back in and add some more definition to the eyes. What do you all think of this this look with the water-soluble graphite? So this is only the second time I've ever used it. It's pretty interesting. I'm actually doing much better than I was a few days ago. Don't mind the cough. It's good about doing these online things that I'm not going to cough on anyone. But pardon me anyway. A very good friend. Thank you, Jessica. Okay. I'm going to say that we've finished. How's everyone doing? Even though I'm still drawing. So it's like the eyes and the nose and the mouth. Those are usually the areas that I want to come in and really establish some clear definition. Oh, coughing a lot. Okay. That's it for today. Pardon me. Usually on the next day of the week, which is Saturday, it would be, thanks Shannon, it would be time for our long live stream. And in the past, I've done a whole bunch of 10-minute portraits. I'm going to come back here like this. So it's looking a bit younger in my sketch at the moment, but could add a lot more kind of definition, and maybe I will add a bit more detail to this one. Thanks so much, PTW. Yeah, so Saturday would normally be a longer live stream, but since we did the Drawn Together episode yesterday, I'm not going to do like a big 2.5 hour one like I have done sometimes. But maybe we'll do a bit more than one 10-minute portrait tomorrow. So I'd love you to come join. Hi, Lewis. Welcome. You can watch the replay in a moment. We're sketching Dr. Gabor Maté. I would love you to ask questions. I'm going to use the time that you're asking questions because I want to know what you've been drawing with, who you would like to draw, because we're over a week into the challenge. We've still got plenty of faces to draw. Let me know who you're interested in drawing. I have a bunch of people I'd love to draw. If anyone wants to challenge me to use a specific medium, let me know. And get busy in the chat, and I'll just take another moment to add a bit more definition so that I feel like I can end this live stream. Because as I lifted that up to the camera, I was just like, oh, that needs a bit more here and a bit of that, and oh, I could do this and I could do that. So ask me some questions. Lewis did 2 incredible drawings, portraits of Ian Goldsmith yesterday. The 10-minute sketch, I was just like, oh, that was so cool, Lewis. All in red pencil, and it looked so good. And I loved your watercolor as well. It was super nice. And yeah, once again, if anyone's posting their results on social media, then I'd love you to tag me and use the hashtags 10-minute portrait and drawing with Dylan. And also tag our muses as well. These wonderful people who we're drawing. It was really nice to see La Dame Blanche reposted a bunch of sketches that people shared. That was so cool. And it was so nice to know that a few of you were like, oh, thanks for introducing me to her music, and it was so nice. So maybe we'll draw some more musicians. And I already did a sketch of Wednesday Addams, but has anyone here been watching or watched Wednesday? Is that something you would like us to draw together? Oh yeah, this shadow area was missing. That makes a difference. Lewis knocked it out of the park yesterday, totally. Barbara's came out, Blackie Francis came out cross-eyed. Shannon wants to draw a mongoose. Yeah, that's a thing we could do. Maybe a mongoose and a person. Is there anyone who is like a mongoose whisperer or a mongoose protector, savior of the mongoose? steward of the mongoose, someone who has an affinity for mongoose, and they have nothing to do with geese, that we could draw with some mongooses. All right, I've gone way over time on this one, but I felt like I had a strong foundation, and then I just blurred it all away, and now it's like this, you got something and you can see it's like, oh yeah, it's happening, and then you do something and it's like melting, and you're like, oh, but it was like, and you keep working on it, and it's like, oh, it's it's like that again, and it's always like a dance and contraction and expansion of satisfaction and dismay and potentiality and realization, and you just keep dancing around until you've like found a place where you're like, yeah, we've gone way over time, but it was worth it. And it's good that way over time for a 10-minute drawing is, it's not that much time out of your life, so I don't feel too bad about keeping you here, and I'm super thankful that you're still sitting here watching. 12 people are watching. There are 5 likes. Hit the thumbs up button. If you're not already, subscribe to my channel. I'd love you to. And we'll do a bunch more of these live streams together. And I'd really love you to watch the replays and to share the work you're doing as part of this challenge, because I'd love to see what you're doing. Tag me in it. And thank you so much to Shelley for suggesting that I use water-soluble graphite, because I really like it. It's cool. It's I can imagine doing more with this water-soluble graphite. No one really asked any questions, so I guess that'll be it. Thanks for being here, and I will see you here tomorrow. Have an incredible weekend. Be kind to yourself and others. And thank you for being here. All right. Second time doing this. That looks better. I feel better about this moment now. I'm reliving this moment about 10 minutes later, and I'm much more content. Last time I was like, okay, that's done. I was kind of like, looking at my drawing, looking at the reference, going like, I can't end like this. So I just kept going. Thank you for being here. As always, I think you're all awesome. And see you next time.